Have you ever heard that seeds are superfoods? They're presented as natural sources of fiber, nutrients, and energy. But what if I told you that for people over 60, some of these seeds can actually be hidden enemies? Recent studies show that certain types of seeds, when consumed incorrectly or in excess, can accelerate inflammation, damage bones, cause digestive issues, and even increase the risk of heart disease. And the scariest part, most people have no idea. Today I'm going to reveal the 5 seeds you should never touch and the 5 you should eat every day to protect your body and mind. Number 5, improperly prepared flaxseed. It's marketed as a true superfood. Labels promise heart benefits, hormonal balance, and even prevention of chronic diseases. Many people include it in their breakfast, hoping they're doing the best for their body. But here's the detail that almost no one talks about. When consumed whole and without proper preparation, flaxseed passes straight through the digestive system like a useless grain. No omega-3s, no soluble fiber, no antioxidants. Just waste. And in some cases, even serious problems. For older adults, the risk is even greater. The hard shell of flaxseed can irritate the intestines, cause intense gas, increase bloating, and even lead to severe constipation. We had the case of Maria, age 68, who religiously consumed 2 tablespoons a day, believing she was protecting her health. The result? Abdominal pain, constipation, and constant discomfort that even interfered with her sleep. And it's not just clinical experience. A study published in 2019 in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging showed that unground flaxseed has minimal absorption, meaning almost none of its nutrients actually reach the body. What remains are unpleasant symptoms and frustration. Fortunately, there's a solution. The secret is to consume flaxseed freshly ground or buy the pre-ground version and store it properly, always in the refrigerator, in a sealed container to prevent rapid oxidation. This way, its nutrients are truly absorbed and the side effects disappear. That's exactly what happened with Maria. Within less than 2 weeks of changing her routine, her digestion returned to normal and she began reaping the real benefits of the seed. The warning is simple. Flaxseed can be a powerful ally, but if consumed the wrong way, it becomes just a burden on the intestines and an unnecessary risk to your health. Number 4, poppy seeds. They appear subtly in breads, cakes, and cookies as if they were just a culinary detail, a sophisticated touch from bakeries and pastry shops. At first glance, they seem completely harmless. After all, who would suspect a few little black seeds sprinkled over a sweet pastry? But here's the hidden side that hardly anyone talks about. Poppy seeds can contain alkaloids derived from opium, the same substances found in powerful pain medications. Even in small amounts, these compounds can cross the nervous system's barriers and cause drowsiness, mental confusion, and even impaired motor coordination. And for seniors, the risk is even greater. A slower metabolism means that even small doses stay in the body longer, increasing their effects. The result can be dangerous. Falls due to lack of balance, serious interactions with pain medications, and a constant state of mental fatigue. In 2020, the European Food Safety Authority issued a clear warning. Even in low doses, the continuous consumption of poppy seeds can cause significant adverse effects, especially in older people. And this isn't just technical data, it's real. Take the case of Joaquim, 72 years old. He reported hand tremors, difficulty concentrating, and persistent drowsiness throughout the day. After a careful analysis, it was discovered that he was eating bread topped with poppy seeds almost daily. Once that food was removed from his diet, the symptoms simply disappeared within a few days. The warning is clear. What seems like just a detail on your bread can actually be a trigger for mental confusion, weakness, and serious health risks. Poppy seeds are not as harmless as they seem, and in older adults, they can be the silent ingredient that drains energy and clarity. Number 3, watermelon seeds. They've become trendy in recent years. They appear in colorful packaging sold as healthy snacks rich in nutrients. Many believe they're a natural alternative to processed snacks and end up including them in their routine without realizing the hidden risks in every handful. For younger people, the effects may go unnoticed. But for those over 60, the danger is real. Watermelon seeds are hard, difficult to chew, and require strong teeth. This can lead to microfractures in tooth enamel, increased sensitivity, and even more serious breakage in teeth already weakened by age. And the risks don't stop there. These seeds, when eaten in excess and without proper chewing, can cause choking and even intestinal blockages. Something particularly serious in elderly individuals who already suffer from constipation or slower intestinal transit. Science backs up the warning. In 2021, a study published in the Food Safety Journal analyzed batches of commercially sold watermelon seeds and found bacterial contamination in some of the samples. In other words, beyond the mechanical risk, there's also the invisible threat of harmful microorganisms capable of causing diarrhea, intense cramping, and imbalance in gut flora. The case of Donna Elza, 70 years old, is a clear example. She had incorporated watermelon seeds as a daily snack, believing she was boosting her health. Within a few weeks, she began experiencing frequent cramps, episodes of diarrhea, and persistent discomfort. When she removed the seeds from her diet, her digestive health stabilized within days. The message is simple. What looks like a healthy snack can turn into a silent enemy for older adults' health. Watermelon seeds are not as harmless as they seem, and for many seniors, the price may be pain, discomfort, and even serious complications. Number 2, apple seeds. The apple is a symbol of health. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, as the saying goes. And in fact, the fruit itself is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins. But there's a detail that's almost always overlooked: the seeds. Small and discreet, they often go unnoticed in juices, smoothies, or even when eating the fruit whole. But behind that innocent appearance, there are risks that can be serious. Apple seeds contain amygdalin, a substance that, when metabolized, can release small amounts of cyanide. Yes, the same highly toxic compound in high doses. For most young and healthy individuals, small amounts may not cause immediate symptoms. But in older adults whose metabolism is slower, even small doses can have concerning cumulative effects. The signs appear subtly: discomfort, frequent headaches, unexplained heart palpitations, and even nausea that seems to have no cause. Many people attribute these symptoms to age or stress, when in fact they may be a direct result of inadvertently consuming blended seeds in homemade juices or smoothies. Science has already raised the alarm. In 2018, the journal Clinical Toxicology reported cases of mild poisoning linked to the consumption of blended apple seeds. Although they were not fatal, these episodes showed that the risk is real and should not be underestimated. Paulo's case at 74 years old illustrates this danger well. He had the habit of blending whole apples to prepare energizing juices. In a short time, he began to suffer from palpitations, headaches, and a constant feeling of fatigue. After receiving guidance, he started removing the seeds before preparing his juices. The result was surprising. Within a few days, the symptoms completely disappeared. Number 1, excessive raw tomato seeds. Few people imagine that even tomatoes, a symbol of light and healthy eating, can hide risks when consumed in excess. The red pulp is full of valuable nutrients like lycopene and vitamin C, but the small seeds inside carry a detail that many overlook. They contain lectins, plant compounds that, in large amounts, can irritate the intestines and trigger silent inflammatory processes. In younger individuals, the body can better handle these substances. But in older adults, especially those with a more sensitive digestive system, the impact can be devastating. What starts as mild discomfort soon turns into frequent heartburn, persistent gas, abdominal bloating, and even digestion issues that affect overall quality of life. And science confirms the warning. In 2020, the Journal of Food Biochemistry published a study showing that diets rich in lectins were associated with a significantly higher risk of intestinal inflammation in older adults. This means that behind an apparently harmless food, a slow and dangerous chronic inflammation may be developing. The case of Donna Clarice, 71 years old, is a real example. She believes she was boosting her health by drinking raw tomato juice with seeds daily. However, she began to suffer from constant heartburn, uncomfortable gas, and a constantly bloated abdomen. After receiving nutritional guidance, she adopted the simple habit of straining the juice to remove the seeds. In less than 2 weeks, the symptoms that had been tormenting her almost completely disappeared. The message is clear. Even foods considered healthy can become harmful when consumed improperly. Tomato seeds in excess can be a hidden trigger of inflammation and intestinal discomfort, especially for the elderly. If you suffer from unexplained digestive symptoms, the culprit might be the detail that always went unnoticed: the seeds. Number 5, pumpkin seeds. They might seem like just a forgotten detail inside the pumpkin, often discarded without a second thought. But the truth is that these small seeds hold enormous power when it comes to health, vitality, and well-being, especially after age 60. Rich in zinc and magnesium, 2 minerals that play crucial roles in the body, pumpkin seeds support essential functions directly. Zinc strengthens the immune system, helping the body respond to infections and inflammation. Magnesium is essential for muscle relaxation, restful sleep, and maintaining strength. For those who struggle with insomnia, nighttime cramps, or constant fatigue, these seeds can be truly life-changing. And it's not just popular belief, science confirms it. A study published in 2019 showed that seniors who consumed about 30 grams of pumpkin seeds per day reduced the frequency of nighttime cramps by almost half. That means fewer awakenings during the night, better rest, and as a result, more energy for the next day. Adelson, 73 years old, is a real example of this benefit. He used to spend nights waking up with muscle pain, which made his days slow and exhausting. After adding a handful of roasted pumpkin seeds to his routine, he noticed the difference within a few weeks. The cramps lessened, his sleep became continuous again, and he regained the energy he thought he had lost with age. The message is clear. Before throwing away pumpkin seeds, remember that they might hold one of the simplest and most accessible secrets to strengthening your health. Small in size but huge in impact, they can turn restless nights into deep restorative rest. Number 4, black sesame seeds. Many people are familiar with white sesame, commonly used in breads and cookies, but few know there's an even more powerful version, black sesame. Small, discreet, and often overlooked on store shelves, it carries extraordinary potential to protect the brain and strengthen vitality in those over 60. The secret lies in its composition. Unlike white sesame, black sesame is especially rich in antioxidants, compounds that fight free radicals, which damage cells and accelerate aging. This protection is essential for the nervous system, as neurons are particularly vulnerable to oxidative stress. Consuming black sesame regularly means giving the brain a natural shield against the wear and tear of time. And science backs it up. In 2021, a study showed that seniors who consume black sesame daily experienced significant improvements in memory and focus. It wasn't just a subjective feeling, but a real change measured in cognitive tests. Donna Helena's experience at 70 years old confirms these findings. For months, she complained about lack of focus, forgetting appointments, and feeling mentally tired. By adopting a simple habit, 1 spoonful of ground black sesame mixed with honey every morning, she reported better focus, more energy, and even greater motivation for daily activities. Number 3, hemp seeds. For a long time, they were surrounded by prejudice because of their name. But hemp seeds, also known as hemp seeds, have nothing to do with psychoactive effects. What they actually offer is a rare and powerful combination of nutrients capable of transforming the health of those who consume them. The great advantage of these seeds lies in the perfect balance between omega-3 and omega-6, 2 essential fatty acids that regulate inflammatory processes in the body. While many modern foods overload the body with omega-6, triggering silent inflammation, hemp seeds provide the exact ratio to restore balance. The result is simple: less inflammation, stronger muscles, and better protected joints. And science supports these benefits. In 2022, a study followed adults over 8 weeks of daily hemp seed consumption and revealed something impressive. There was a 36% reduction in blood inflammatory markers. This means less pain, lower risk of chronic diseases, and more energy for everyday activities. Another positive point is how easily they're digested. Unlike other harder seeds, hemp seeds have a soft, light shell, allowing them to be quickly absorbed by the body without causing intestinal discomfort. Just add a spoonful to yogurt, sprinkle over a salad, or mix into a smoothie to turn an ordinary meal into a powerful health booster. Number 2, properly hydrated chia seeds. They may seem insignificant, but they carry a power that goes far beyond what you might expect. Chia has gained popularity in recent years as a superfood, and with good reason. Rich in fiber, omega-3, and antioxidants, it can offer enormous health benefits. But there's one essential detail that makes all the difference: the way it's consumed. When consumed dry, chia can even be dangerous. Because it absorbs up to 12 times its weight in liquid, it can expand inside the digestive tract, causing choking, abdominal discomfort, and even constipation. That's why so many people say they don't notice any benefits or even feel worse when using it incorrectly. But when hydrated, the story changes completely. By forming a natural gel, chia becomes a true ally for the gut, easing bowel movements, regulating digestion, and promoting a longer-lasting feeling of fullness. In addition, its soluble fibers help lower bad cholesterol levels, while its fatty acids contribute to heart protection. Donna Marta, 69 years old, is a clear example of this power. She had suffered from constipation for years, trying laxatives, teas, and diets, but with no lasting results. Simply adding half a spoon of hydrated chia daily, mixed in a glass of water before breakfast, was enough to normalize her digestion in just a few weeks. Today, she not only feels lighter, but also notices more energy throughout the day. The lesson is simple. Chia can be a powerful natural remedy, but it must be consumed correctly. Always hydrate it before use, and turn these tiny seeds into a major ally for your gut and heart health. Number 1, sprouted sunflower seeds. Sunflowers have long been seen as a symbol of energy and vitality, but few people realize that their seeds can become a true nutritional treasure when sprouted. While the roasted version, when consumed in excess, can cause inflammation in the body, The sprouted version has a completely different profile, with boosted nutrients and greater bioavailability. Sprouted sunflower seeds are extremely rich in vitamin E, one of the most powerful known antioxidants. This nutrient acts as a shield against premature cellular aging, protecting not only the immune system but also the skin, which stays firmer, more hydrated, and radiant. In addition, sprouting activates enzymes and increases the concentration of bioactive compounds that boost overall health. Jose, 75 years old, is a practical example. He decided to include small portions of sprouted sunflower seeds in his salads in a simple and consistent way. In just 1 month, he reported more hydrated skin, a greater sense of energy, and fewer episodes of fatigue throughout the day. Small changes that brought big transformations to his vitality. Not all seeds are your health allies after age 60. Improperly prepared flaxseed, poppy, watermelon, apple, and even excess raw tomato can be silent enemies. But pumpkin seeds, black sesame, hemp, well-hydrated chia, and sprouted sunflower can transform your health, bringing more energy, memory, and vitality. Now I want to hear from you. Which seeds are part of your routine? Have you ever experienced strange symptoms after consuming any of them? Share your experience. Your story might help others protect their health and live better.